How we doing? We good? Awesome. Cool. Real quick, I like to start my shows off with a lot of energy. A lot of white people. If you're not, by chance, find your nearest Caucasian American. They'll teach you how to do it. But start with a lot of energy, and it's gonna come at a specific point. It's gonna be this point. It's gonna go. Woo! Too late, sir. I'll give you another chance to try. So here we go. Y'all are nailing it. So here we do. I'm gonna get this going, and we're gonna do that. You gonna woo with me? All right. That's all I wrote. That's all I needed. Well, the reason that's all I needed is because that right there, ladies, is the musical equivalent of blue balls. This is like we're gonna. We're not. That's bullshit. And guys, if you're curious, as soon as all these lovely ladies leave the room, I'm gonna finish that song on my own. I don't know if y'all can tell, this is a little guitar. I'm not a little person. I love this guitar. I got this little guitar to kind of dispel the myth that like, oh, dude, has a big truck, must have a little dick, so I got a little guitar to let you know that I drive a big truck. Didn't really work, but I named him Cecil because it's a cute name for a guitar. I liked it. But yeah, I named him Cecil, and the reason I'm just a dork. I just name things. This is Cecil. My car is Francesca. My ex-girlfriend is a bitch, and some of you are pulling away on that, and it's totally cool. I get where you're coming from, but she earned it. She did because, let me put it this way. I'm a comedian, obviously. I can take a joke. Comes with the territory, right? But there's just some things you don't make fun of guys for. Like, she made fun of me because when I reached orgasm, I got sleepy. But whenever she reached orgasm, she left my brother's house. So, like... I think that bitch is a perfect name. But my name's Andrew Rose, if you didn't tell by the posters. I love my last name very dearly. It's like a flower, and when I was younger, I thought it was cool because I thought it'd be perfect if we called our family reunions bouquets. All right, some of you laughed and some of you didn't. It's totally fine. It's a dorky joke. It's kind of cute, kind of silly. But for those of you that didn't laugh, it's totally fine. But I want you to know that my sister wrote that joke for me, and she's 6, so you're crushing her dreams. She needs to write better material, but I love my last name. I seriously do, because I'm a lot like a rose. I am. Yeah, I'm long-stemmed, ladies. I trim the rose bush. Every time I do, there's just one thorn that gets in the way, and well, that can be a pain in the ass. This one girl went down on me, and she's like, "You've got crabs." I'm like, "They're aphids." It's like, yeah, it's all right. I'm just being stupid. But I do believe I am a lot like a rose because I smell good. I can be prickly from time to time. And much like a rose, every Valentine's Day, I end up alone on the floor in the living room, dying inside while the people upstairs are having sex. Thank you for laughing at my loneliness. It's very sweet of you. I got my name from my dad, obviously. Him and my mother got divorced when I was a lot younger, and like most kids would, I wanted them to get back together, but they couldn't. The reason being, my dad was in love with another woman, and my mother also was. So she's not a lesbian, but I don't care. But they needed to get divorced for a multitude of reasons. The first off being they met at a Burger King. Hold for applause. All right, and yeah, like it's just they met at a Burger King, and it was my mom was high, my dad was drunk, and then 9 months later. Welcome to my conception. There were French fries involved. I don't know, but I asked my dad. I said, "Dad, so y'all were at Burger King. Like, what happened?" He goes, "Well, I got a chicken sandwich, and your mom got pregnant." Guess you got it your way. All right, so, I don't know. And I asked my mom, I said, so like of all the places you're high, you're drunk, why did you go to Burger King? And she goes, well, we both wanted Big Macs. Well, I get why I'm here now. Because if you know they don't sell those, you don't know they don't sell those there, you probably also don't know how a condom functions, but whatever. Which is true. I will say that up front, I am an accident, whatever you want to call it, mistake, and I'm cool with it. I really don't care. I know I'm not the only one here. Make some noise if you were as well. Yes, seriously, be very proud of, I call myself an oops baby, so be very proud of your oopsiness. If it wasn't for that slipped in, slip up, you wouldn't be here to laugh. So, it's very good. Be proud of that. And I did that, and my mom gets mad at me. She's like, you weren't an accident. I go, yes, I was. She goes, no, you weren't. I go, was I planned? And she was like, how about the Yankees? I was like, so yeah, that's kind of, all right, I am. And it's cool. Like, so I've kind of, like I said, I call myself an oops baby to kind of curb it a little bit, not be too mean. And but the thing is, my mom gets mad because she's like, stop calling yourself an accident, because you go on the road and you tell people on the road that you're an accident. It makes me sound like a bad mom. And I was like, well, why do you think I'm telling them? Like, and I know, like, it's just, I'm just being silly, but like, she's not. She's a great mother, amazing mother, terrible person, but like, she's... And what I mean by that is from time to time, she's kind of, you know, says stupid things. Everyone does, but she's my mom, and I've got a microphone, so here we go. And so, like, she says stupid things from time to time. A year into me doing comedy, it's 4 years ago, a year into me doing comedy, and I said, Mom, you need to try and come out to more shows. She goes, well, we work during the week. We have your sister's softball games on the weekend. Just try and find a good time for us to come out. I go, all right, cool. So it can't be during the week. She goes, no. And I go, and it can't be on the weekend. And she goes, exactly. Like, those are all the days we have. Like, did Obamacare add a new one that I don't know of? Or... February 29th is cleared up in 4 years. We got that one. I don't know. But I'm just being silly, and I'm not trying to knock my mom. I want to say that right now, because I love my mom very dearly. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. On purpose, on accident, for better or worse. Without my mother, I wouldn't be here, and I thank her for that. And if it wasn't, thank you. And if it wasn't, like, for the longest time, it was just me and my mother. As I said, my parents were divorced. And it was just me and my mom. She worked a full-time job, took care of me full-time, and went to school full-time to become a nurse. And she did it. She became a nurse. No. She went to school full-time as a nurse and doesn't think I'm an accident. That's not the nurse that I want. Hey, there's an accident outside. Huh? Just go fix people. Like, it's just not okay. And so, like I said, I kind of curbed it to say, oops, baby. And I was joking about my mom with a friend, and she goes, stop being mean to your mom. You weren't an accident. And I go, no. She goes, no. You were a surprise. Nope. They weren't surprised. They were shocked as hell, I can tell you that much. But like, she goes, well, why do you say that? I go, because I wasn't a surprise. I wasn't. And she goes, why? I said, to me, surprises are happy occasions, like finding a curly fry in your tater tots. That's a surprise, right? Like, accidents are bad occasions. Like, I don't know, sending a dick pic to the wrong person. Yeah, finding out that wrong person is your mother. Having your mom text you back, be like, hey, you remind me of your dad, things like that. You can owe all you want. You didn't receive it. But an accident and surprise sometimes mean the same thing, but not always. Like, for instance, no one in here's ever been to an accident party. Yeah, they don't exist. No one. Technically, I have, but we called it a baby shower. So like. But yeah, no. As I said, I'm an accident. I'm cool with it. Don't really care. And because even if it wasn't, accident, but I made it, and I'm getting to pursue my comedy dream. And I went to college, and before I started doing comedy, and I've got 3 degrees in hospitality, and I love it. And thank you. And woohoo, go debt. And but I started working at Whole Foods. And anyone shop at Whole Foods? How did you afford tickets? I mean, I know they're only $7, but still, like, if you don't shop there, keep it that way. It's just, you walk in and you go, I need 7 grapes, and they're like $14.95. Okay, just a head of lettuce, $27. Like, what the, like, just, it doesn't make sense. And there was a lot of crazy people that shop there. I say crazy, y'all say vegetarian, whatever. A lot of meat eaters, good to know. And I'm like, if you're a vegetarian or vegan here, live your life, be happy, I don't care, I'm just being silly and stuff. But you don't like bacon, so we can't be friends. So, just how that is. And there was this one lady that I remember, and she was just a nut, which was very interesting because she was allergic to those. And she came in, and she was standing in front of a cake. It was chocolate cake, and I walked up to her, and I was like, is there anything I can help you with? She goes, do you know if there's sugar in this? A cake? I don't know. Like, it's a dessert, maybe. Who knows? Like, it threw me off. I was like, I don't know, I'm new here, and I walked away. I was like, let me find out, and then I just never went back. And then, like, later she flagged me down. She goes, young man? And I go, yes, because, well, look at me. I know what I look like. And she goes, young man? I go, yes. What can I help you with? She goes, well, I need something that is grass-fed, non-GMO, cage-free, sugar-free, no gluten, and no fat. What do you have? And I appreciate it. I got the punchlines. But I go, I'm sitting there, and I go, well, we've got water. And part of my brain clicks on and goes, dude, tell her we got gravel in the parking lot. I was like... And then I remembered on the way in, it's like, well, they were mowing the lawn outside, so we got grass trimmings like this. But I didn't, and I was just like, I'm new here, let me go talk to my manager, see what we can do. So I ran to the back, and I said, hey, Chris, we got a customer outside. He goes, you have a guest. Hey, Chris, we got a customer outside. He goes, do you have a guest? I go, they're not guests. I'm sorry, that's not the case. He goes, why do you say that? I go, because how often have you invited guests over to your house for dinner, and when they left, you made them pay? It's kind of a dick move, I'm just saying. And like, it just doesn't, like, if I went over to my buddy Josh's house for Thanksgiving, he was like, dude, that's awesome. Turkey was the best, mashed potatoes. Psh, here's your bill. I'm unfriending him in reality. That's happening. Like, it's just not. I'm just, bye, adios, I can't do it. And so I was like, either way, there's a lady, let's go help her. So we walk outside, and she had gotten a little plate of food. But in the meantime, and the problem was there was a fly in it, our fault. So he said, I'm so sorry. We're going to get that fly out, give us that. We're going to have you get a new tray. We're going to cover it, pay for it. You don't have to worry about a thing. So sorry about that. But I do need to let you know, as a team member of Whole Foods, that fly is 100% free range, grass-fed, non-GMO. No nuts. And I was like, hey, you kind of hosed me on the guest customer thing, but thanks, man. So I was talking, and then I was like, well, we messed up. I'll take her groceries to her car. So I'm walking her to her car, and I say, out of curiosity, why are you a vegetarian? She goes, well, I don't like the way they treat the animals. Valid reason. I've got nothing, whatever, it's fine, I completely understand. So I put her groceries in her car, I shut the door, and I said, ma'am, I'm so sorry for the mix-up. You enjoy your food. Please come back and enjoy some more food. And by the way, I really like your leather seats. Okay, some of you clapped. For those of you who didn't and are not in the know, leather comes from cows. And not in a nice way. They're not out there just like chewing and be like, I don't need this. Like, no. They're just sitting there just like, and then you get a jacket. Like, if you didn't know, now you do. So I quit Whole Foods and started doing more comedy and got on the road a little bit. But what most people don't know is whenever you're starting comedy, you start at open mics. I started here, and we started at open mics and stuff, and then you could just do these, we call them hell gigs. They're just insane shows that no one in their right mind would do, but we do it because we want stage time. And like you perform at just like seedy bars and these weird ass restaurants. My buddy Brett performed for a plate of nachos. That happened. yeah, it happened. And it's just you do all this stuff. And I remember one hell gig I was on, and I'll never forget it because it was me and 5 black dudes. And you're thinking, why would you get booked on that show? Because they paid me $50 to talk for 10 minutes. That's why I did it. Anybody would do that. You're like, I'm not even a comedian, but I can talk. Yeah. So I went there, all black room. I was like, whatever, just train. You know, might have to do it in the future. Why not get used to it? It's gonna be great. And then I'm 5 minutes in, and there's a lady up front, big black lady, not laughing. And I just go, ma'am, are you not liking my jokes? And she just goes, put your dick on the table. No. I was like, there's 2 guys with you. I'm gonna talk to this side of the audience now. And and it was weird. And my buddies afterwards are like, did you not think that the 2 guys that are with you are gonna jump up and do something? And I go, no, man, like it's a comedy show. And also look at me, like I can handle myself. Okay, you're laughing and that's accurate, but I don't like it, okay? I can't. Like, I really can't defend myself. I am like, I'm made of vagina. Like, I am 100% top shelf grade A pussy. Like, I not that kind. And, I can't. Like, for instance, if any of you ladies were to go on a date with me and a gun should go off, I'm running. Adios, deuces, bye. I'm leaving. And you're just gonna be sitting there like, what about me? Keep up. That's the best piece of advice I've got for you. Like, what? Well, because I can't outrun a bullet, but I can outrun you, so just stay on my ass and we will get pancakes at IHOP. Just, let's go. I haven't been in a fight ever because I know how to climb things. Like, whoosh, I'm gone. But you do these hell gigs, and then eventually you get to do more stuff. And one show led me out to Vegas, which was cool because I'd never been. And while I'm there, we're driving around, and I see something. It starts to look familiar, which was weird because I'd never been there. And it kind of clicked, and I talked to my buddy Joe. I said, "Isn't this where they shoot cops?" He goes, "Yeah, it's also where they film that show." We should go, like now. Like that's kind of what I meant. Whatever. So we went from Vegas, and then we went out to Sacramento. And when I was in Sacramento, I had a little bit of a problem. And the problem was my phone messed up. The W on my phone stopped working. It's a touch screen. You figure all or nothing, but no, it was just that one spot. And so the W stopped working. And do you know how many questions you cannot ask when you do not have a W? Let me rephrase that. Do you know how many questions you cannot ask? All of them. Who, what, when, where, why, how, are straight out the endo. You got nothing. O, in, air, I. It's the best you got. And you're not doing nothing with O, in, air, I. And the problem was, I was in the middle of talking to this girl, and things were kind of heating up, and she was like, well, I want you to sext me. And I was like, well, all right. So things were kind of messed up, and I go, okay, I'll try. And then I sent her a message, and I was like, hey, girl, are you airing? And she was like, "Aw, he's special." I was like, no, I can't type the W. I was like, I have to call you to explain this. So I called her and I said, what happens is I have to type a whole message. Hope most of the words autocorrect. If they don't, I have to type a word that I knew at the bottom autocorrected, like no, K-N-O-W. I'll type in K-N-O-Q, it'll autocorrect to no. I'll erase the K, the N, the O. I'll copy the W, and I'll paste that everywhere. That's too many steps for a text message. I'm not going to spend 45 minutes trying to say, wow. Like, I'm not going to do it. And then she messaged me back, and she goes, because we're on the phone, and she was just like, well, why didn't you just take your phone and then turn it sideways? And then the keyboard will have moved, and now the W won't be on the dead spot, and you can use the W. She's like, why didn't you do that? I was like, because I hate you. That's genius. It's so simple. It's the easiest idea in the world. Clearly, been a woman to find it. No, not a guy. We gotta think of these back-asswards ways to fix a freaking problem. No, I just turned it sideways, and I was like, she won. That's a very good point. And we kept talking, but she kept making fun of me. And like I said earlier, I'm a comedian. I can take a joke. But she kept going with it. And I was like, you got to stop a little bit. And then she said one thing that just, like, clicked. And I was just, like, in my brain, just like, dude, call her a whore. And the other side of my brain went, he can't. There's no W, bro. And then the third little guy went off in my brain. They were like, guys, chill out, it's fine. C button still works. Because she's crazy, y'all are rude. My mom raised a good man. She doesn't know what an accident is, but she knows how to raise a child. So, we good? Don't want you to die. You're good. So I had open heart surgery when I was 16. Yeah, I wanted a Prius, but you know. And I did. I had open heart surgery, and what happened was, like I said, my parents met at a Burger King. Clearly, they didn't have a lot of money, and my dad was like, "Well, I got to give him something." It's genetic, that dick. So I had this thing, and it's called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Is an enlargement in part of the heart. Sadly, it's the only enlarged organ I was given. And you're sitting there going, but earlier you said you're long-stemmed, and now you're doing this. That was a joke. This is reality. Also a joke, medium. So I go into the hospital and for the procedure, and they make you take a medical questionnaire to make sure you're not going to be allergic to anything during the exam. And first question, she just goes, "Are you allergic to anything?" And I said, "Kryptonite." And she was like, "Well, how do you spell that?" J-O-K-E? Like, I thought that was kind of, it's 7 in the morning. I'm gonna let that one slide. Not a big deal. We get to the next question. She says, "Do you have any religious preferences?" I was like, "Well, I prefer Christians, but if all you have is Jews, I'll take what I can get." Kind of need the surgery, can't be picky right now. And the next question was, "Are you allergic to latex?" And I said, "No, but don't tell my girlfriend." We get to the last question on the medical questionnaire of the heart hospital for which I am there for heart surgery, and she goes, "Do you have any known heart ailments?" No. This is all elective. I had a free Tuesday and wanted to get out of shop class. Like, are you like, now I'm not certain if I want you to be my, like, answer this for me. What's an accident? Okay, we're good. We're fine. That's cool. So I go in, surgery goes well, and my stepdad knew the girl in the recovery room. And he was like, "She's really cool, really great, she's really cute, and you know, you play your cards right, you might get a date out of it." It's like, not really the optimum time to get a hookup, sir, but I appreciate it. And also, terrible decision, like bad idea. He said, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm gonna come out of surgery high as a kite, and I'm gonna do nothing but tell her the truth." That's not something you do on a first date. Nope. I know it's not. I've been on them. There's guys in this room that have been on dates with girls, and the girl goes, "I love cats," and she's like, "Oh, I love cats too," but in his brain he's thinking, "I hate cats. They need to discontinue them. They haven't tested well." I've been there too. I was on a date, and the girl's like, "I love Twilight." I was like, "I look like a rejected Twilight character. Oh my God!" Like, and I get it. I understand. Like, I walked on stage, you're like, "Gay vampire?" Maybe. Like, I'm not, but I get it. So. I did. I came out of surgery. I was high as a kite, and then I was sitting there. I was just like, "Damn, girl, woo! Your teeth are jacked up." It's like a Swiss Army mouth. What? You could open cans with those. Damn. Like. So there was no second date, if you're curious. And I also got a pacemaker installed. It's pretty cool. I'm part Terminator. I love it. Thank you. And all my friends are like, "Dude, I'll knock you out." And I'm like, "I'll be back." So I got it in, and I had to get it switched out 3 years ago. And the reason, I swear I'm not making this up, the reason I got it switched out is because it was from Sprint, and it had a bad connection. That's reality. And I don't know what the new one is, but I wish it would have been made by Apple. Because in theory, Apple has all the cool stuff, right? They have, the Apple Watch, the iPhone, the iPad, all the cool stuff. And in my mind, like, you could download apps onto your pacemaker. I don't know. It's theoretical, but you never know. And I can just imagine having apps going into the doctor. He's like, all right, your height, your weight, your blood pressure, everything looks good. Let's just give you a listen real quick. Just It's like, what the hell? Like, that's my app. I forgot to turn it off. It's like, an app? Like, yeah, Heartbeats by Dre. You don't know? Like, what? All right. Talked about a lot. Talked about one more thing. Which is my left. I know what I want to talk about. So, I want to talk about my love life. Yeah. Dick. So, every love story needs a backing track, and this is mine, so I got to do this real quick. So. So, talk about my love life. I hate dating. I can't stand it. It's the worst. I really hated dating in high school because there's this one girl that was like really crushing on me. So I asked her to get off. And because I don't know why I'm single. Like, I'm a really smart dude. I got a 35 on my ACT. I got a 1400 on my SAT. I got positive results back on my AIDS. And like, joking. I did not take the SAT. So. I don't know why, but like I finally started to get a little game. Like I used to have no game. I was like the old Nokias. All I had was Snake. That was it. Like, and then I got a little bit of game. It was great. So I went on some dates and things kind of worked out. And there's this one time I had an opportunity to hook up with these twins, but I turned it down because one had this tattoo that really turned me off, and the other one had a penis. So like I'm good. But it got a little better. I was at this one girl's house, and she was undressing for me, which was great, but she stopped real quick because she noticed I was there. And like, it didn't work out. And but I finally found a girl. I did, and it's great because they say when it comes to someone you love, it's what's on the inside that counts. So when it comes to my girlfriend, I count. And it's awesome. And I asked her to get a breast enlargement, and she said no. So I knocked her up, and they should be here in a few months. So. But she's awesome. She can take a joke. That's my favorite thing. That's the best thing about her. She can take a joke. That, and she has a safe word, so that's fun. And if you're curious as to what it is, her safe word is so. But at one point, she asked me, she said, do you ever find yourself asking me to marry you? And I said, well, the only way I can do that, to answer that, is through song. So I wrote the song for her with the beat that you're now hearing. So I'm going to finish this and then let you hear the song. So here we go. No. My name's Andrew Rose. You guys have been a blast. Thank you so much.